The following is my response to a video called Getting Pregnant Young on Purpose by Jordan Cheyenne. Although she's already deleted the original video, a link to the mirror posting is in the description. Let's get started.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new or you recently subscribed this past week.
Typical boring YouTube intro sucking off her subscribers. At least this girl got prettied up for her video, but I have to say that eye makeup is very uneven. This wing on the right is much lower than the left. It distracts me the whole video. That and that creepy skull in the background.
The reason I'm doing this one is because I know there are so many new people on my channel, and a lot of you don't know about the whole story about my son. So a lot of you don't know the whole story about my son.
Her deja vu editing style is very interesting, but let's skip this rambling intro and get straight to the story.
And I do have a video up all about it on my YouTube channel, but I filmed that like 2 years ago. It's not like the best quality video, and I kind of like dragged out the story.
So this video is supposed to be the better quality, less dragging out version? This video is almost 20 fucking minutes long. Just get to the point.
So we'll get into that. One thing that I want to let you guys know before we get into that, I don't want to make this intro too rambly, but I always do, so what's up with it, I guess.
I don't want to make this intro rambly, but I always do. We haven't even gotten to her story and we can already see how she says one thing but does the opposite. Keep this clear cognitive dissonance in mind.
So basically this was 3 years ago, and my friend ended up getting pregnant, and she started going through her pregnancy journey, and we would always go out and buy clothes for her kid, and her boyfriend at the time was super supportive, and he was like so excited as well that they were gonna have a baby. And I just looked at their situation and I thought it was really bringing them closer together. I know now having a kid will not necessarily bring you closer together. It will not make that person marry you. It won't make that man stay unless in his heart he wants to stay. So you don't need to leave that type of comment in the video. This was like years ago. I did have a different mindset.
You clever, clever girl. So essentially she's saying that now she knows having a baby won't make her man stay, which implies that before she used to think that. Basically, if you can filter through all her self-described rambling, she's saying that 3 years ago she thought that getting pregnant would bring her and her boyfriend together and make him stay with her and marry her. This girl may appear innocent and sweet, but she's very manipulative and conspiring.
She ended up getting pregnant, and then I feel like just a bunch of my friends or people I knew at the time were getting pregnant, and I was getting like crazy baby fever.
Well, you were definitely getting baby fever, but I doubt that a bunch of your friends or people you knew were getting pregnant. Maybe some were and you just were noticing it more, but really this just sounds like a bullshit justification to add to your baby fever. The biggest giveaway is the awkward "or" between friends and people you know. It's like you don't even know. You're just throwing it out there. Probably because you don't want the only reason for your baby fever to be your best friend getting pregnant. Makes you sound like too much of a jealous bitch, which you probably are. Bitch witch. Nice. It's like a sandwich made of bitches. Bitch witch.
I didn't really have too much like going for me, and I just wanted something to fill that space and that void in my life.
So fill that void with a hobby, new friends, or go to college and get a real job maybe. Nope. Spoilers. She gets herself pregnant on purpose trying to get her man to stay and marry her. Smart. At
that time I was taking Yaz, which is the birth control, the pill that you take every day. And I remember a few times skipping it on purpose because I kind of, I don't know if it's 100% I got pregnant on purpose.
I know it. It's 100% on purpose. You skipped your birth control while you were having unprotected sex. There's not much of a gray area here. Take the pill or don't. Yes or no.
I didn't realize at that time how much responsibility and financial responsibility and like how much work a kid is in general.
How do you not know that kids are expensive and a lot of responsibility? I know you were younger and you think that's a good excuse, but it was only 3 fucking years ago.
I just wanted like a little family, and I thought I was going to stay together with this guy who turned out later to not even want to be a father figure.
Yeah, well, if he wanted to be a father, he would have told you, and you could have agreed to stop the birth control together. That's how adult relationships are supposed to work.
So I do remember a few times that I had skipped my pill, and then I had woke up the next morning and I was really freaked out. And then I had done that, I think I had done that like 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4 times sounds like a lot of skipping birth control to me. And we already know how this girl warps things into her favor. If she's saying 3 or 4, she probably skipped her pill like 10 times. That's not someone who kinda sorta maybe wanted to get pregnant like she's saying. That's someone who for sure wants a baby. And let's not forget the other key component for making babies. The sperm. Remember, during all these times this girl is skipping her pill on purpose, she's also having sex with her boyfriend and letting him come inside her. All the while the boyfriend thinks they are safe because of the pill. Poor guy got spermjacked like a motherfucker. Guys, this is why you never leave birth control in the hands of women. Either wrap it up or pull it out.
And then like a month went by and I was like really consistent on the pill, and then I don't know, I think I missed it again. Something went wrong with my Yaz.
Yeah, I know what went wrong with your Yaz. You weren't fucking taking it properly. On purpose. But of course, women are never responsible for their own actions. Let's blame Yaz or baby fever, or even better, the patriarchy.
My boyfriend was really supportive, or kind of supportive at the time.
Wow, really supportive turned into kind of supportive pretty quick. Don't want to give that boyfriend too much credit, right? But you know what? Any support from this guy is more than this manipulative bitch deserves.
The thing that kind of like broke the camel's back is like the whole journey we had in the NICU, because my son was born very early. He wasn't really there for me. He was working so much.
You know why he was working? Probably to make money to support the kid he didn't want. What a dick, right?
He's just basically not willing to be a part of our life if I'm not with him. Like, he wants to be with me, but because he hasn't been a good father figure or a responsible, mature male figure that I want my son to look up to, and I don't want to be in a relationship with him, he chooses to not be around both of us.
That's a lot of mental gymnastics just for her to justify breaking up with her son's dad. I had to watch this bit like 10 times just to make sense of it. She says she didn't want a relationship with the father because he wasn't a good father figure, and he wasn't responsible. Well, he had a job and he worked a lot before. Sounds like he's got some responsibility. And why would you get pregnant from a guy who's not a good father figure anyway? That sort of personality doesn't just pop up overnight. She would have known this before. But then again, she isn't too bright.
So that's a whole nother subject. Just out of respect, I don't have like his permission to talk about him on camera or anything, but a lot of you guys ask because I know you're new subbies.
New subbies sounds so wrong to say in the middle of this horrific tale of spermjacking. Also, she says she doesn't want to talk about the father now because she doesn't have permission. Dude, you've already been talking about him and his kid this whole video. I think she's doing this to avoid telling the truth about their breakup.
So basically my pregnancy was going fine. I only gained a little bit of weight because I was only pregnant for 24 weeks.
Now we are back to the pregnancy? This timeline is confusing me. When did she break up with the father then? Right after she got pregnant? We can assume they were together until the conception. Then all of a sudden she realizes he's a bad father and dumps him? That's some bullshit right there. I bet he just bailed after she tried to force him into fatherhood. Sounded like he was about to leave before anyway. That's why she tried to get pregnant without telling him, to get him to stay and marry her.
I went in for my 22-week checkup.
For the next 10 minutes, she just rambles on about her water breaking and all this gross hospital stuff. Nobody cares.
And he's fully functional and walking and talking. You guys can see him on my Instagram and my Snapchat.
Shameless plug, but she didn't actually say what her screen name is. Oh yeah, it's right there. It's been plastered on the bottom of this video the whole fucking time.
He's amazing. Like, he is my complete, oh my god, I hate talking about all this.
Here come the crocodile tears. How come every girl can make themselves cry so easily?
I think I wanted a kid so bad because my relationship with my ex was always so rocky, and there was like a love.
She wanted a kid so bad because her relationship with her ex was so rocky? That really doesn't make sense unless you add on, and I thought a baby would keep us together. Seems like she was about to say something like that but cut herself off. A smarter person would see that their rocky relationship wasn't going to work out and having a kid was a stupid idea.
There was like a void in my heart, you know, for like a love that I was always trying to fill, and my son fills that void.
Glad your son could fill that void, but he didn't ask for that. What so many of these single moms nowadays don't realize is that their children need fathers and sometimes brothers and sisters. A balanced family produces more happy, successful children. This woman having a kid to fill her void is very selfish. It's all about her and filling her needs, not what's best for the kid.
God just knew exactly what I needed, and God knew that it was going to be a really rough situation, but that I was strong enough to overcome it.
It was a rough situation that you created. Take some fucking responsibility. That's what Jesus would do.
Just never in my life had I found a man who fully like filled that relationship void, or who could be someone who I could potentially see as a husband. And I felt like I was always like looking for that extra piece of love to like complete me, you know?
Back to the kid filling the void that she could never fill with a relationship. She's saying this like it's a good thing, but this isn't always a good thing for the kids. They have one parent and no siblings usually. Their mom just focuses on them because she's single and is filling that void, you know? The kid also has no father figure. It's just not a good situation for them all the time. This is how Norman Bates went psycho. Okay, I've heard enough from this monster. The real victim here is that poor kid who will never have a father because of this bitch. She also exploits him and his baby pictures to get views here on YouTube. Just disgusting. Well, until next time, good night everybody.